All right, everybody's favorite segment, Stump My Nephew. We found out years ago that my nephew Sam is extremely good at gun trivia. So if you send us a question and we read it on the radio, you're going to get a hat or a shirt. And if you actually stump my nephew with that question, you're going to get a special prize. Gary, are you familiar with this segment?
I am.
I,
I've been stumped many times.
okay, cool. Easily my favorite segment. All right, without further ado, Sam, how you doing, man?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Good, man. Any thoughts on, thanks for joining us in Houston at the NRA annual. Any thoughts on NRA and Houston?
Yeah, it was really enjoyable to talk to all those people who are active in promoting Second Amendment rights across the country. Some of whom I had already met at the gun rights policy conference in Salt Lake City previously. But it's really interesting to immerse oneself in the different regional cultures and attitudes that everyone has, and these different perspectives from everyone else who's pulling this rope in the same direction, so to speak. It's also particularly exciting right now that the NRA is rebuilding its thing and has really, I don't want to use the term bird because that implies Stalinism and things like that. But they've really purged their ranks of all the hardliners who were behind a lot of the corruption that led to the NRA's downfall in the first place. It's pretty much all reformers now, it seems like.
I'm glad you said that. I got to tell you, I'm so excited about the future of the NRA, but I'm saying it so much that I sound, I think it's starting to, I'm sorry, I'm sounding like a fanboy. You know what I mean? And
I
it's starting to
probably
sound,
sound oh,
yeah, it's starting to, I don't know. I'm wondering if people believe me. They're like, I have something to gain, but all I have to gain by this is, help with the, restoring and protecting the Second Amendment. And I'm so happy you said that. And
well,
saying it
something
fresh.
I've been saying a lot in person, and I don't think I've said on the show before, is that I'm young enough that there hasn't really been a time in my adult life until very recently that I felt like I could actually trust the NRA to manage its funds, let alone do its job properly. So I hadn't been an NRA member until this year. The reforms they've done internally have finally restored the confidence that like, even when I was a kid, when I was a teenager reading American Rifleman or whatever and seeing in LaPierre's polemics, I know you always say that you used to do good work back in the day, but I remember thinking even as a kid, this guy really doesn't seem like he has the best interest at heart. Or at least he's not doing his job the way he should, but he's gone. The supporters are gone. It's a new NRA and I'm excited.
Good. Well said. Okay. Today's question comes from Stan in San Marcos. The question is, you ready for the question?
Sure, let's
Sure.
have it.
What optical principle allows a red dot sight to remain parallax free or nearly so at practical shooting distances?
Stan from San Marcos, thank you very much for writing in. What optical principle allows did you say red dot sight reflex sight? People use those terms interchangeably
Red
to
dot sight to remain parallax free.
parallax free at practical shooting distance. I can answer that partially. I'll just come out and say I can't name off the top of my head the actual word of the optical principle, but I can explain in some technical detail how those sites function, and that might satisfy what he's looking for. Do you want that?
Give her a try.
All right. What we're talking about here is this turn of phrase that I really like because it sounds cool. Virtual reticle at infinity. That's what a reflex site is creating. A reflex site works off of, it uses reflection, the name reflex, but you have an emitter that is an LED. It projects a dot or a more complicated reticle, but let's just use a dot for this example. It's a round LED or it's shining through a round hole. It's projecting a dot onto a half mirrored curved lens. So that dot is reflected back into your eye, into the shooter's eye behind the gun. But because of the curvature of that glass objective lens, and this includes sealed red dots as well. It doesn't matter whether they have protective glass on the front or back. It's objective lens that matters. The one that is partially reflected. The fact that that lens is curved means that the distance from your eye to the dot, from your eye's perspective, is nearly infinity. So it's kind of it's like explaining a smell. It's difficult to explain without actually showing it to a person. But the point is that because it's a virtual reticle at infinity, it's like from the perspective of your eyeball, the dot is being projected onto the target, but it's actually being reflected back into your eye. I'm not explaining this very well. But the net result is that if you move your face side to side, you will see the dot move very little, or if it was a theoretical perfect reflex sight, it would move not at all relative to the background and the target. Did that get close enough?
Here's what I'm going to do, because Gary, I'm never like, this is one of those questions. I'm not smart. I don't even know if you got the right answer or not. I'm not smart enough, Gary. So I'm just going to read the answer he gave, and then you two tell me if he got it right. So here was the answer that he gave: a collimated, collimated, collimated light source projects the reticle so the image appears at optical infinity, minimizing parallax shift with eye movement. Did you get it? I think
You might be speaking a foreign language.
you're an attorney, Gary. You're supposed to be able to translate this stuff for me. I think you got it right. I think
I'll tell you what.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
That you move your head and it doesn't move. Right.
And I don't have an excuse for not using it, because old Soviet reflex sights are referred to as collimator sights in technical documentation. So I've heard the term before. But I'll give myself a hat. I've got the technical description exactly correct, but I didn't use the correct term.
Half a hat.
All right, fair enough. I give you half a hat, Stan and San Marcos. Collimated is the only
thing than half.
That's the only word in his answer that you didn't use. Everything else you nailed it. So there you go, man. Okay, I think awesome job, Sam. We'll give you a half, or maybe 3/4. We'll give you 3/4 of a hat. So,
Well,
all right, man. You got anything coming up?
I have some blog posts coming up. I'm not sure the order I'm going to upload them in, but speaking of blog posts and speaking of collimator sites, I will say I did a series, I think last year, about, I forget what I called it. It was like Optics 101 or something like that. And it's a 3 or 4 part blog post explaining magnified scope and prism sights and reflex sights and holographic sights, kind of how they work and what they do for you from zero. Like if you're just walking into a gun store going, I want some black on my gun and have never showered optics before, what do I buy? There are some blog posts up there on the SDCGO blog explaining that.
Awesome job, Sam. Thanks a lot, man. See you next week.
Thanks for having me on. As always, see you next week.
All right, take care.
Well, back in the day we scrubbed and swore, toxic fumes drifting through the door. But the times have changed and it's almost fun. Just clean your gun with Seal One. No harsh chemicals, no compromise, just a safer solution for American lives. From the vets who know what it means to serve comes a cleaner that gives your gun what it deserves. You wipe it on, wipe it off, and the carbon's gone. Seal One and done, just like that, move on. Improve reliability, smooth every shot, performance that lasts. Like it or not, it's non-toxic, it's safe, it's the real solution. Seal One marks the new sludge, no buildup, no residue mess. Just clean performance under battle stress. Whether it's granddad's bolt action or your everyday carry, Seal One makes every cleanup legendary. A modern solution for Second Amendment types. Pure performance, absolutely no hype. Seal One, trusted by the red, white, and blue. Veteran approved, oh so true. Wipe it off, your job is through. Seal One and done, it's all you do. Blinking, hunting, or patrol with your gun. The homestead safe with Seal One. Wipe it off, your job is through. Seal One and done, it's all you do. Blinking, hunting, or patrol with your gun. The homestead safe with Seal One.
If you liked that segment, be sure to give us a like, a comment, and go to youtube.com/gunownersradio and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to share us with a friend. Every view counts.